Have you ever wondered, why did Trump really crash the stock market? Why did CEOs secretly admit that America's economy was collapsing? And why did the so-called business president create policies that destroyed small businesses, farmers, and even Wall Street itself? In this video, we're diving deep into the untold history, how Trump's rise promised economic glory, but planted invisible traps. The secret meetings where CEOs confessed, this economy is a bubble. The shocking truth behind trade wars, layoffs, and bankruptcies. And how history warns us that Trump's path was never about growth, it was about collapse. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll see the real face behind the greatest economy ever claimed, and why it nearly broke America.
History does not always hide the truth. Sometimes the truth remains buried, locked away in secret rooms, suppressed by the fear of powerful men. But as time moves forward, those hidden words begin to surface, piece by piece. The story we tell today is not just about one president. It is about the politics of fear and the economic choices that once made America proud, only to leave behind ashes of destruction. Donald Trump, he always introduced himself as the businessman president. During his campaign, he declared, "I will make deals for America, just like I did for my business." Those words lit a flame of hope in millions of hearts, as if a successful tycoon had suddenly stepped forward to rescue the nation's economy. But history has taught us this: the brightest light often casts the darkest shadow. During Trump's years in office, CEOs, corporate leaders, and international economists might have applauded in public. Yet, behind closed doors, in hushed conversations, they admitted the truth. If this continues, the very foundation of America will collapse. And so, those quiet confessions slowly carved themselves into history in letters written in blood-red ink.
In 2016, when Donald Trump walked through the doors of the White House, his first message was clear: America first. Corporate taxes were cut, regulations on businesses were relaxed. At first, it felt like a storm had swept across the stock market. Dow Jones, NASDAQ, every index seemed to hit new records almost daily. The media proclaimed, "America is rising again." But for CEOs, it was a strange dilemma. In front of the cameras, they would say, "President Trump is a blessing for us." Yet in private meetings, in late-night phone calls, they spoke a different truth. "This is only a short-term wave. Inside, we are decaying. If Trump doesn't stop, one day this bubble will burst." The tariff war. Trump declared a trade war with China. At first, it looked as if America was winning. But in reality, production costs soared. CEOs held their heads in frustration. Raw materials were delayed, prices were rising, and the people were losing their purchasing power. The most alarming fact was this: Trump constantly hid real problems just to protect his popularity. A minor rise in the stock market, he advertised as the greatest economy in American history. But CEOs knew the truth. This growth was only a mask. Beneath it, a dangerous hollow economy was taking shape. History has shown us this time and again. When leaders blindly chase power, they use the economy as a weapon. But eventually, that weapon turns against their own nation. And with Trump, the same was happening.
By mid-2019, inside the conference room of a luxury hotel in New York, a handful of powerful CEOs gathered. Outside, the city lights glittered. Inside, coffee cups sat half empty. But in the air lingered the unmistakable scent of unease. The head of a major tech company spoke quietly. "Our sales are collapsing. Every day the president tweets that everything is the greatest. But we know everything is falling apart." From a corner table, the CEO of a finance firm lowered his voice. "The stock market he brags about is artificial. Borrowed money is being used to buy shares and inflate prices. But this won't last. We know the bubble will burst." That day, every voice in the room echoed the same warning. Trump is driving America's economy toward destruction. And yet, fear loomed over them. If these words ever leaked outside, Trump's wrath could bring a storm crashing down on their businesses. So they stayed silent. In secret, they confessed the truth. In public, they smiled and played along. From that moment, a hidden chapter was written in history. CEOs concealed the truth to protect themselves. But deep inside, They knew one day that truth would rise as undeniable evidence of collapse.
The Great Depression of 1929 began when the United States drowned in reckless stock market euphoria. Everyone believed prices would never fall, but within months, millions were left unemployed. During Trump's presidency, that same fear returned. He declared, "Our economy is the greatest ever." Yet the numbers told a different story. Unemployment was slowly rising. Small businesses were shutting down, and farmers were sinking deeper into debt. History reminds us of Hitler's Germany as well. When Hitler rose to power, he won massive public support by promising jobs for the unemployed. With Trump, a similar danger was emerging. He launched a tariff war against China. He celebrated minor rises in the stock market as the greatest success in history, just as investors had done in 1929. He concealed inner crises behind grand campaigns, much like many authoritarian leaders of the past. And history has shown us, when a leader offers only short-term euphoria, the people are forced to face long-term pain. History warns us again and again. Any nation that hides the truth ultimately marches toward its own downfall.
History speaks not only through stories, but also through numbers. And during Trump's presidency, those numbers carried terrifying warnings. By 2019, farm bankruptcies in America had reached the highest level in 8 years. One report revealed that in 2018 alone, more than 300 agricultural businesses filed for bankruptcy. And it wasn't just farming, the manufacturing sector was hit as well. Rising raw material costs forced companies to begin mass layoffs. At the end of 2018, General Motors announced it would cut nearly 15,000 jobs, citing that the tariff war had pushed car production costs far beyond sustainable limits. For an economy where nearly 70% depends on consumer spending, this was a clear signal of danger. Even the stock market stumbled repeatedly. In December 2018, within just 1 month, it collapsed by almost 15%. The president may claim our economy is great, but we know the future is dangerous. Ordinary Americans were sinking deeper into debt. Credit card debt had surpassed $1 trillion, higher than even the levels before the Great Depression. These were the undeniable signs of collapse. On paper, Trump may have claimed the greatest economy ever. But history recorded a different truth, how the decisions of one man shook the very foundation of a nation. In today's video, we uncovered how the stock market crumbled. In the next episode, we'll reveal how entire states were slowly swallowed by the storm. Stay tuned to our channel for now. Goodbye.